Thank you all for coming to my parents' 30th anniversary party. I feel really honored to be giving the official anniversary toast, and it was quite a battle between my brother and I who would get to give the toast, but I prevailed. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my parents' marriage and really give you an idea of why we're here celebrating today. So I think every good story starts from the beginning, so let's talk about how they met. My parents, my dad had a crazy idea that he was going to create a CD where he recorded different harmony parts for Christmas carols. So the melody would be sung on one track, then the next track would be an alto part, the next part or track would be a tenor part. The idea being that you could buy the CD and your family could learn Christmas carols and then sing them in harmony without needing to be able to read music. The only problem with his idea was that he didn't have an alto. So he asked all his musician friends and they presented him with my mom. It wasn't until later in the relationship that my dad realized that she was actually an amazing pianist. She can sing, but she plays the piano like a prodigy. And it's so perfect it could almost be a cliche that my father would marry his accompanist to accompany him throughout life. There was never a dull moment growing up. Living with two musicians is never boring. Even the simplest of things become incredibly interesting and fun. For example, the Happy Birthday song. That is a monotonous piece of work, let me tell you. You hear it at restaurants and it's really just used as an excuse to be loud, but not in my family. When the Bonaducci's sing the Happy Birthday song, it sounds like an audition tape for Juilliard. It's ridiculous. It's 4, 5, 6-part harmony depending on how many people are present. And that's something that my parents really required. If you want to sing the Happy Birthday song, it better be in harmony. Otherwise, it's not happening. They will shut that down. And it was beautiful. To turn something like that into something beautiful is a gift. And that's really kind of how my entire childhood was. Simple things were beautiful, simple things were musical. Music was the foundation of their relationship and it sustained their marriage. Another example of how our parents really shaped our family is Christmas. Most people spend Christmas together, not the Bonaducci's. We spend it all over the Los Angeles Valley in 4 different churches. So I'm at one church, my mom's at another, my dad's at another. And my dad always joked that kids back in the day used to come home to help with the harvest. And in a way, Dominic and I do that. We come home to help with the harvest, except, it's a metaphor. There's no farm, but there are pianos and songs that need to be sung. And that was it's a special tradition. We didn't wake up Christmas morning to open gifts. We'd get home at 4 in the morning from our respective jobs and open presents in the dead of night. And it was magical. It was fun. It was dark and creepy and cold. And it was just a fun thing that my family did, and it was different. But it was natural for us. I guess I just want to wrap up with, let's bring it back to the wedding day. Let's talk about their wedding. They had a very traditional Catholic wedding, which is hard for my father, who's an insane hippie, to do anything traditionally. And he lasted a really long time. He almost made it to the end being traditional, but then, nope, he had to make the wedding eccentric. So here we are at the wedding reception, and everything's gone as smoothly, and my dad wants to give a toast. And so he gets up to give his wedding toast, and everyone's waiting for my dad to give a really long toast, really romantic. But instead he gets up and he takes his glass and he looks at his cohort of guy friends that he was camping with, and he's like, "To the sea!" And everyone in the room is like, "Aye, she's a cruel mistress." And of course my mom's parents, who are incredibly traditional, were just like, "Pirates? What is happening?" No one knew, but it actually became our family toast. So at every meal, anytime anything we were celebrating, we would toast like this. And of course, Dom and I went through selling teenage faces, so my parents would be like, "To the sea," and Dom and I would just be like, "Aye, she's a cruel mistress." Not really thinking about what the words meant, just that's what we had to say. And so I want to congratulate my parents on this day. They've affected so many lives. Many of you here have met each other because of my parents, through choirs that they've led or created. And so they're 2 amazing people, and I really want to, congratulate them on 30 years of marriage. And I guess all I have left to say is, to the sea.
I like your enthusiasm.